I'm sorry I keep complaining about Lamar throughout the whole video. It's just that he bugged me so much in the story. Oh my god. Please just ignore that. Just ignore that. Hey, so yeah, this is just a video to get my thoughts out on this guy. This guy right here. This guy back here. This is Franklin from GTA 5. It's a game that came out in 2013. And it was very popular. Now, this isn't all I have to say about the game. This one character isn't all the thoughts I have, obviously, so I'm probably going to make a way longer video down the line about the entire game. I got a lot to say about it, so this is kind of just the bullet points for this dude. So, before we discuss what makes Franklin Clinton the best GTA character, I think we should determine what makes a great character versus an okay character. We'll call them an okay character. There are a lot of them. So what defines an okay character? Well, in my opinion, an okay character is a character that doesn't really have much character development. It's a character that is kind of just there for entertainment and to move the plot along, even if it doesn't always make sense. A good example of an okay character in this game would be Lamar Davis. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this because a lot of people seem to like Lamar, but I don't care. This dude is fucking annoying. I hate him. Lamar, as you probably all know, is Franklin's lifelong friend, quote unquote, been together since diapers. He basically acts as the dude to keep Franklin in check whenever Franklin's going a little off the rails. But, you know, simultaneously, he also causes most of the conflicts for this guy. So it's, you know, it's a little annoying in the game to see Franklin do a really straightforward mission with a straightforward plan, and then Lamar just has to come in swinging. He's got to come in and ruin the whole mission. I'm getting off topic. I'll probably make another video about why Lamar sucks. Now, what are the things that make a great character? Well, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot to go in there. For one, the character should have really... What the fuck just happened to my computer? Okay. For one, a character should have, you know, reasonably good development. Let's say a character starts out as just a complete asshole, just like a straight up wet blanket about everything, just someone that's annoying. And then, because of the stuff that happens to them in the course of the story, at the end of the story, they're a completely different character and they're very changed. That's what happened to this guy. That's one of the things that makes him such a great character, but we'll get into that. Another thing that I think would make a pretty great character is that they're entertaining to see. You want to root for them. Franklin doesn't have that issue. Yeah, Franklin does not have that issue. There are 3 protagonists in GTA 5. There's Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. I'm sure you all know Trevor. Trevor is the off-the-rails kind of guy. He's the insane one, the actual cannibal. Then there's Michael, the kind of rich, douchey asshole who throws his friends under the bus no matter, you know, what happens to them. Obviously, he doesn't really care. Franklin Clinton is the youngest of the 3 protagonists, but that's what makes his character so interesting. He's living through this almost brand new world of criminality, and it's very hard for him, you know, climb the ladder. Michael is a very successful guy, and Trevor is also a very successful guy at what they both do. They both make money hustling, and they both do pretty big heists. They both do pretty cool things. It's interesting to watch Franklin's development and his choice of who to follow in that respect. For most of the game, he follows Michael, but then he realizes that Michael's kind of a snake and that he doesn't really want to be like that. He wants to be as true of a person as you can be if you're a criminal. So he goes the route of Trevor, who is insane, who has committed heinous acts of violence, heinous acts of everything. But there's one thing that Trevor has that Michael doesn't, and that's loyalty. So Franklin kind of gravitates towards that path towards the end. And that's why it's so compelling when at the end of the game, there are 3 separate endings. That's crazy, huh? 3 separate endings. There's one ending, which ends in Michael's demise, which is basically Franklin choosing to kill him rather than save him. I think the killing Michael thing makes not as much sense as like the main one. And I also think that for the second choice, which would be Trevor's death makes even less sense because there's no reason for Franklin to kill Trevor. Trevor has been nothing but true to this guy. And regardless if the endings like make sense or not, it's a very interesting thing to see that he has to choose between killing 2 of them. Or there's the third ending, which is called Death Wish. Death Wish is obviously a fan favorite ending. It's my favorite ending as well. It's the one that makes the most sense. It's the one that wraps up the story nicely. And it gives Franklin here some really good character development. Better than the other 2, I would say. Now, on top of having the most interesting development out of the other 2 protagonists in the game, Franklin's conflicts are really interesting. And when I say conflicts, I mean mainly Lamar. I was kind of hitting on Lamar earlier because I don't like him. However, Lamar is a unique character because he's funny, but he also ruins everything. So, when I say ruins everything, I mean ruins everything. As you could imagine, that would be pretty annoying to deal with in real life. Imagine if you just had a friend who got you to do these really bad crimes and you think you're going to get a payout, but then you end up not doing that because the friend didn't plan it well. But then if you don't help him, you were looked at as a bitch and a disloyal friend. So it's a really interesting conflict because Franklin has to constantly choose whether to save Lamar or let him die. The saving Lamar choice would be reflective of Trevor's influence on him, and the leaving the friend behind obviously would be Michael because Michael is a dickhead. It's a choice that Franklin constantly has to make, but he always makes the same one, and that is to save Lamar. No matter how violent things get, no matter how dangerous it is for him to step in and save Lamar, he always does it, and you gotta commend him for that because Lamar fucking sucks. Now, like I said, this is me kind of just getting my thoughts out here on this character, so I'm probably going to make like a more in-depth video about Franklin alone because there's a lot I have to say about him. But that's just, the cliff notes. That's just the bullet points. And with all that said, thank you all for watching. There's more content on the way about this little guy and also the other two little guys in this game. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!